welcome to my class. In the previous class, we had discussed about the topic how to prepare receipts and payments account. Before getting into the new topic, let us have a recap of the previous class. Receipts and payments account is a real account. It contains opening cash balance or bank balance, it ending with closing cash balance or bank balance. It shows both revenue items and capital items. It does not consider outstanding expenses, accrued income, depreciation, bad debt, etc. Okay, now we can move to the next topic, income and expenditure account. What is income and expenditure account? Income and expenditure account is a nominal account prepared by not-for-profit organization. For what purpose? To ascertain surplus or deficit. What do you mean by surplus? Surplus means excess of income over expenditure is called surplus. Then what is deficit? Deficit means excess of expenditure over income. For that purpose, we are preparing what? Income and expenditure. So in income and expenditure account, it records the items of revenue nature. Items of revenue nature. That means it does not consider capital receipts and capital payments. It considers only revenue items. That means revenue receipts and revenue payments. And then it is prepared in the form of profit and loss account. For what purpose we are preparing profit and loss account? We know that in the first year we already studied the profit and loss account. What is the purpose for preparation of profit and loss account? Profit and loss account is prepared to find out the net result of the business. So like that, in non-profit organization, they are preparing, they want to know their end result. For that purpose, they are preparing income and expenditure account. So, in income and expenditure account have two sides, that is debit side and credit side. Debit side shows all expenses and losses, and credit side shows incomes and gains. And then finally the surplus or deficit, the result will be surplus or deficit. If it is in surplus, it is transferred to capital account. That means if it is in surplus, it should be added to capital fund. And if it is in deficit, it should be deducted from capital fund. I hope all are clear the meaning of income and expenditure account. Okay. Next we can discuss about the features of income and expenditure account. The first point, it is a nominal account. It is a nominal account. And the second one, it records only the revenue income and revenue expenses of the current year. It records only revenue, income and revenue expenses of current year. That means does not consider previous year expenses and succeeding year expenses and income. That is the second point. And the third point, non-cash items like depreciation, outstanding expenses, accrued income, bad debt, etc. are shown in this account. And the next point, it never record capital receipts and capital payments. That is, it never record capital receipts and capital payments. And the next one, it never starts with opening cash balance and closing cash balance. And the last point, its closing balance will be surplus or deficit. If it is surplus, is added to capital fund, or if it is in deficit, it is deducted from capital fund. These are the main important features of income and expenditure account. Once more I will repeat the point. It is a nominal account. It records only revenue receipts and revenue payments of current year. Third point, non-cash items like depreciation, outstanding expenses, accrued income, bad debt, etc. are shown in this account, and it never records capital receipts and capital payments. Never starts with a balance, and its closing balance will be either surplus or deficit. I hope all are clear this point. Okay. Next, how steps for the preparation of income and expenditure account. Steps for the preparation of income and expenditure. The first step, follow the receipts and payments account thoroughly. Second one, exclude opening balance and closing balance shown in the receipt and payments account. That means no need to consider opening and closing balance. And then third step, exclude capital receipts and capital payments. No need to take capital receipts and capital payments. And then fourth step, identify the revenue item or revenue income relating to the current year from the debit side of receipts and payments account, and it recording the income side. And any accrued income must be added and income received in advance must be deducted. If have accrued income must be added and income received in advance must be deducted. That is the fourth point. And then fifth point, identify the revenue expenses relating to the current year from the credit side of receipts and payments account and record it in the expenditure side. And then any outstanding expenses must be added and prepaid expenses must be deducted. Outstanding expenses must be added and prepaid expenses must be deducted. And finally, consider the following items not appearing in the receipts and payments account that need to be taken into this account for determining the surplus or deficit for the current year. The items are depreciation of fixed assets, provision for bad debt, profit or loss on sale of fixed asset. These are the steps for the preparation of income and expenditure account. The next, we can move to the format of income and expenditure account. Format of income and expenditure account. So we know that income and expenditure account have a two sides, debit side and credit side. Here, debit side shows expenditure and credit side shows income. Debit side shows expenditure and credit side shows incomes. The debit side, that is expenditure side, items are salaries, honorarium, rent, rights and taxes, postage, printing and stationery, telephone charges, charities, wages, upkeep of ground, insurance, electricity charges, interest, general expenses, entertainment expenses, bank charges, repairs, newspapers and periodicals, loss on sale of fixed assets, depreciation on fixed assets, and then surplus, that is the balancing figure. In credit side, that is income side, subscription, general donation, entrance fees not capitalized, entrance fees not capitalized, and then hall rent, locker rent, sale of old newspapers, sale of grass, then interest received, sale of refreshment, profit on sale of fixed assets, miscellaneous receipts, and then deficit, that is balancing figure. These are the format of income and expenditure. Okay, I hope all are clear this one. So the next topic, difference between income and expenditure account and receipts and payments account. The first point, on the basis of nature, income and expenditure account is like a profit and loss account. It's a profit and loss account, like a profit and loss account. But in case of receipts and payments account, it is a summary of cash book. It's a summary of cash book. And the second point, on the basis of items to be recorded. In income and expenditure account, it records income and expenditure of revenue nature. Income and expenditure of revenue nature. But in case of receipts and payments account, it records the receipts and payments of both revenue and capital. Both revenue and capital nature. And third point, on the basis of period. In income and expenditure account, it records revenue items relates to the current year only. Revenue items relates to the current year only. But in case of receipts and payments account, it records receipts and payments related to the current year, previous year and succeeding year. And then fourth point, income and expenditure account is a nominal account. But in case of receipts and payments account, it is a real account. So these are the important difference between income and expenditure account. And the next topic, difference between income and expenditure account and profit and loss account. Income and expenditure account is prepared by not-for-profit organization. But in case of profit and loss account, it is prepared by trading concern. And the third point, income and expenditure account is prepared to show whether there is a surplus or deficit as a result of organizational activities. But in case of profit and loss account, is prepared to ascertain profit or loss. And the third point, the surplus always increase the capital. In income and expenditure account, the surplus in income and expenditure account, the surplus always increase the capital fund, as it can never be withdrawn by members. In case of income and expenditure account, the surplus always increase the capital fund, as it can never be withdrawn by members. But in case of profit and loss account, profit earned usually withdrawn by the owner. I hope all are clear this point. Difference between income and expenditure account and profit and loss account. Okay, let us start the first problem. From the following receipts and payments account for the year ending 31st March 2015 of Nagy prepare income and expenditure account. Items are receipt side, balance brought off, that is bank rupees 25,000. Then subscription in the year 2014 rupees 1,500. 2015 rupees 10,000. Then 2016 rupees 500. All together 12,000 in amount form. And the next item donation rupees 2,000. The next whole rent rupees 300. The next interest on bank deposit 150. Entrance fees rupees 1,000. In payment side, first item purchases of furniture on 1/7/2014 rupees 5,000. Then salary rupees 2,000. Telephone expenses rupees 300. Electricity charges rupees 600. Postage and stationery rupees 150. Purchases of books rupees 2,500. Then entertainment expenses 900. Then purchases of 5% government papers on 1/7/2014 8,000. Miscellaneous expenses rupees 600. Balance carried out, cash balance 300, bank balance 20,400, both side total 40,750. And then additional information, the first one, salary outstanding rupees 1,500. Salary outstanding rupees 1,500. Then entertainment expenses outstanding rupees 500. Then bank interest receivable rupees 150. Then subscription accrued rupees 400. Then 50% of entrance fees is to be capitalized. The last adjustment, furniture is to be depreciated at 10% per annum. These are the additional information. On the basis of this, we can prepare income and expenditure. Listen, my dear children. Let us solve the problem. Before that, you should remember the following points. While preparing income and expenditure account, there is no need to consider opening cash balance or bank balance and closing cash balance or bank balance. All incomes are shown credit side. All expenses are shown debit side. That means all incomes are shown on credit side, expenditure shown on debit side. Only revenue items are recorded in the income and expenditure account. That means revenue receipts and revenue payments. That means it does not consider capital receipts and capital payments. These are the important points. Okay. So we can start the first item. We know that income and expenditure account have two sides, debit side and credit side. Debit side shows expenditure and credit side shows income. Credit side shows income. So the first item in receipts and payments account, the receipt side first item, balance drawn on, that is bank balance rupees 25,000. This is an opening balance. This opening balance need not to taken into income and expenditure account. And then second one is that subscription. In this subscription, they are given 2014, 2015 and 2016. We know that only current year items only shown in the income and expenditure account. So, which is the current year? 2015. 2015, how much rupees subscription? 10,000 rupees. Subscription 10,000 rupees. This subscription amount should be shown on the income side of income and expenditure account. The first item, subscription. Subscription. How much rupees subscription? 10,000. That is 10,000. So the subscription have one adjustment. What is that subscription adjustment? Subscription accrued rupees 400. Accrued subscription, that is accrued income. So we know that accrued income. So it's an accrued income means we want to add this amount in. So add accrued subscription or outstanding subscription. How much rupees? 400. So 10,400 in amount column. 10,400 in amount column. The next, donation rupees 2,000. Donation have two types, specific donation and general donation. If they are given in specific purpose donation, no need to consider income and expenditure account, because specific purpose donation is capital receipt. Here donation is given rupees 2,000. So we can take donation on income side. Donation. How much rupees donation? Rupees 2,000. No adjustment. Next item, hall rent rupees 300. So hall rent is shown on the income side. Hall rent is a revenue receipt, so it's shown on the income side. Hall rent. Hall rent. How much rupees hall rent? Rupees 300. Rupees 300. Then next item, interest on bank deposit rupees 450. Interest on bank deposit rupees 450. Interest on bank deposit is a revenue receipts, so it should be shown on the income side of income and expenditure account. That is interest on bank deposit. How much rupees? 450. Need we have one adjustment. What is that adjustment? Bank interest receivable rupees 150. What is that? Outstanding interest. So we know that if it is in outstanding, it should be added. So outstanding interest. How much rupees outstanding interest? 150. So total 650. 600 in amount column. The next item, what is it? Entrance fees. Entrance fees rupees 1000. Here one adjustment is there. 50% of entrance fees is to be capitalized. Only 50% is to be capitalized. So remaining 50% we can shown on the income and expenditure. So entrance fees and income side, entrance fees. How much rupees entrance fees? Actually 1000 rupees. In that 50% capitalized person. So entrance fees less 50% capitalized portion. That means 1000 into 50 divided by 100. So 500 rupees. So we can deduct it from this 1000. We'll get 500 rupees entrance fees. Next we can move to the payment side. The first item, payment side, purchases of furniture. No need to consider because purchases of furniture is a capital payments. And the next item, what is it? Salary. How much rupees salary? 2000. Salary is an revenue payments. So it's shown on the expenditure side. Salary. Salary, how much rupees salary? 2000. Salary, how much rupees? 2000. And salary have one adjustment. What is it? Salary outstanding rupees 1500. So outstanding salary. So we can add this outstanding salary. Add outstanding salary. Outstanding salary. How much rupees outstanding salary? 1500. So total 3500 in amount column. And the next one is that what is it? Telephone expenses. Telephone expenses rupees 300. So telephone expenses is a revenue payments. So it's shown on the expenditure side of income and expenditure account. So telephone charges. Telephone charges. How much rupees telephone charges? Telephone charges 300. Next item, postage, electricity charges. Next item, what is it? Electricity charges 600. Electricity charges also revenue payments. So it's shown on the expenditure side of income and expenditure account. So here electricity charges. Electricity charges. How much rupees electricity charges? 600. Then next, postage and stationery. Postage and stationery. Amount rupees 150. Postage and stationery is an revenue payments. So it's shown on the expenditure side. Postage. How much rupees postage? How much rupees postage? 150. Then next item, purchases of books rupees 2500. Purchases of books rupees 2500. Purchases of books no need to consider because it is a capital payments. And the next item, what is it? Entertainment expenses rupees 900. Entertainment expenses. It is a revenue payments. So it's shown on the expenditure side. Entertainment expenses. Entertainment expenses, how much rupees entertainment expenses? 900. And it have one adjustment. Entertainment expenses outstanding rupees 500. So we know that if it is in outstanding, so we can add this outstanding entertainment expenses. Outstanding entertainment expenses. How much rupees outstanding? 500. So altogether, how much? 1,400. 1,400. And the next one is that purchases of 5% government papers. That is capital payments, no need to consider. And then next item, miscellaneous expenses. That is other expenses. It is a revenue payments. So it's shown on the expenditure side of income and expenditure account. Miscellaneous. Miscellaneous expenses. How much rupees miscellaneous expenses? 600. 600. And then next item, balance carried out. That is cash 300, bank 20,400. The two items are no need to consider because income and expenditure account, there is a no closing balance and opening balance. The last adjustment, furniture is to be depreciated at 10% per annum. That is depreciation of furniture 10%. Depreciation, we know that depreciation is an expenses or the payments. It is a revenue payments. So it's shown on the expenditure side of income and expenditure account. So depreciation. Depreciation of furniture. Depreciation on furniture. Depreciation on furniture at 10%. Actually, the furniture amount how much rupees? 5,000. That is 5,000 into 10 by 100 into the furniture is purchased on 1/7/2014. So from July to 31st March 2015, you want to consider 1st July to 31st March 2015. So that is July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So that is 9 months. So 9 by 12. 9 by 12. So the answer, we can cut it this one. So 375. That is depreciation of furniture 375. Finally, we can close this account. Here also we can draw the line. Here we can add this expenditure side. So that is debit side total. We can add this item. We'll get the amount 6,925 and income side total, that is credit side total 13,800. Which is the highest amount, credit side or debit side? Credit side, that is income side is the highest amount. How much rupees? 13,800. So we can write 13,800 on both sides. 13,800. After that, we can deduct this amount 6,925 from 13,800. So we'll get the answer 6,875. 6,875. Then we can write here 6,875. And after that, we can round this figure. Against that, we can write surplus. That is balancing figure. I hope all are clear. If you have any doubt, please contact me. Okay, bye.